Well, I was right. That's about where I was before, over near that large stone. Actually, a little bit higher than that, I think, over near where that bare tree is over on the other side. And I was looking down this direction from somewhere out there, and I saw that is a deep spot there, and coming down in, actually it was farther down, that rock with the bowl in it right there. Because I remember seeing that and thinking, oh my gosh, I want to get close to that, but I kind of missed it at the time. That's carved out by water. I'll photograph that, or I'll say something about it in geology later on if I even remember. Anyway, I was looking at all the potentials up there, and now I can't even see them, but I was looking down this direction, seeing that there is the transition in a narrow area, and I had to navigate, and I left my phone in my pocket intentionally, looking for spaces that would be knee-deep or shallower. And first, I didn't just plunge right in. I put my feet in first, got them all soaked, because they're going to get soaked anyway. There's no way of avoiding it. If I didn't bring the right gear, there's no way of avoiding it to get where I want to get. And I'm not willing to compromise on being in the place that I want to be at, because I want to be remote, away from where people go. There's a trail there clearly that goes to the edge of the water. People won't easily cross because they know how crazy it is. And I want to get up into this stream up here, which is fascinating in its own ravine, and I'll detail that in a moment. Waterfalls in Massachusetts, and waterfalls, meditation, and so forth. But coming back into crossing the river, I could see it, but I wasn't absolutely sure. So while those stones were a possibility, I traversed down across the sawgrass, past that large stone, over to that flat one where I knew that I would have a good chance to sit down on it with my feet in the water, put everything together. I was still holding on to the water bottle. Actually, it's a 64-ounce thermos, which is a great thing to carry. Water stays the temperature you put it in for approximately 3 days. It's a Nissan, Nissan, stainless steel inside and stainless steel exterior with a good air layer, and I think styrofoam or something in between that keeps the heat really well. Glass thermoses are definitely out. You drop them, they shatter. Plastic has all kinds of problems. Single thickness, and those new water bottles, they keep things hot or cold for about 12 hours. But a Nissan, here it is, thermos by Nissan. It's a 64 ounce, it's big. That top part is great for soup. The only problem that I have with it is that the opening in the top is narrow. So maybe there are wider ones, but I use it primarily for liquid, and in the winter I put boiling water in it. I'll add snow to it if I want to chill it, but I'll put boiling water in, and that boiling water will stay at over 200 degrees for at least 12 hours, and then will slowly drop. Even in sub-zero temperatures where it's way below zero, it will drop extremely slowly. 24 hours later, it's still so freaking hot you can't touch it. 2 days later, it's still hot enough that you have to back off if it's full. If it's half full, of course, that airspace gives off a little bit more energy and so forth. But anyway, that's another subject. But I saw a couple low spots in there. I think I was starting there, and I worked sort of to the large stone. I knew that I was going to go knee deep after I stood up and got my ground. It's extremely slippery, and so each step I had to stop, recalibrate, look for the next step. It took me about 8 minutes to cross. There you have it. If you're coming up to a river or a stream, you don't have the means, and check the area before you cross. Never stick your feet directly into this in between stones like this, because it's extremely painful. You can twist your ankle and get caught up and so on. Wear shoes that are comfortable in water. Wear whatever you're using for hiking. grab a stick for stability, grab 2 sticks for stability, stop and survey it for shallow areas before you commit. And also, don't just commit and trench right across. Get into what you see as a shallow area and look for the shallow areas. Look for areas where there's a lot of rapids. Because where there are a lot of rapids, there's a lot of stones. And where there are a lot of stones, the stream or river is much shallower. If you can't find it right away, go upstream. Because upstream, it is going to be shallower. Downstream, it collects more water as it goes. And any point where there's a confluence, where there's another stream that comes into it, like here, you have a potentially deep area on one side. It also, if you look at it now, the deep side is on the left side, and streams do something really interesting. They go back and forth. What all water wants to do is like electricity. It wants to go in a straight path. Here, up there, it's relatively a straight path. It's all even keel. And that's the way it cuts through this area. There's a nice ravine. That's the way it looks. And eons ago, I'm sure it meandered a little bit back and forth in there, and eventually it goes straight. When it hits rock and it hits the land and a tight area, it cuts in, and it keeps cutting in until it becomes a deep trench. At one point, that water was 250, 300 feet higher. But over time, it has cut down in. And the land was here first, and as the glaciers came in and came out, these little rivers left deposits and so on, and the ice left deposits, and we have, looking into geology. I'm going to stop it right now. This is more on hiking and traversing a stream, and check out another video in geology. Yeah, I guess it would be in my rocks. If you look at the title Rocks, you'll see. Thank you for watching, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, as a hiking enthusiast. And I look forward to sharing more with you. Thank you.